Hi everyone, it's Carrie with High Ground Solutions and your 2-minute tip video. Today we're going to be talking about keyword opt-ins. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. You have users that are going to opt in to receiving alerts from you. They'll be placed into a specific group and they do that by texting a keyword to the shortcode that you're using. A good example of this is if you have a volunteer group that you would like to create and you want volunteers to opt in to receive information on how they could volunteer, they could text the word volunteer to the shortcode that you use. They'll be placed into the group and then you can correspond with them that way. Let me show you really quickly what this looks like on your end, and then I'll show you a little bit about what it looks like over on mine. On my groups, I have a couple groups set up, HGS Park Cleanup and HGS Updates. These are my two groups for keyword opt-ins, but I've also created a new group for today's example called Tips, and I'll get into that in just a minute. Let me show you really quickly what that looks like. If I click on the users link, it'll show me what the users look like in this group. And you can see that the first and last name are all keyword opt-in. Rest assured, under the dashboard icon, they all have a cell phone number listed because they used that number to opt in. If you'd like to store this data for future use, you can always click on the export button down here, and it'll export your users into a CSV file that you can store or create more groups out of. Now let's take a quick look at how things look like on our end. All right, guys, here's a little sneak peek into the back end product that we have here at High Ground. Here I've got my SMS keywords right here, the group that they correspond with. It'll create a user for us. Some of these groups want to be able to communicate with a voice alert. You can choose that, but obviously it will be yes for an SMS. Now, the two pieces of information we need from you are the name of the keyword that you'd like to use and the return message. For instance, HGS Park Cleanup is a volunteer group that we created for this example. Here, the return message says, "Thanks for volunteering for park cleanup. Reply stop to cancel. Message and data rates may apply." Now, this reply stop to cancel part, that's mandatory. We have to put that in. You're limited to 160 characters for this return message, so keep that in mind when you're creating your return message. Today, what I would love to show you is this group that I've created just for you. For tips, you could text the word tips to our shortcode that we'll use, 22383, and you will get this response back. So go ahead and test that out now, and you'll be able to see the response that you get back from your cell phone. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach us in the quickest way possible by clicking on the beacon on the lower left-hand side of your screen. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you next time.